I'm running for Judge Executive because of leadership. We've got a lack of leadership in Kenton County today, and I feel strongly that leadership is needed in both economic development, in transparency of government, and making sure that we build stronger communities for Kenton County. Especially lack of leadership when it comes to things such as even what's been going on at the airport board. Making sure we hold board members accountable, making sure that we don't have judge executives traveling around the country, and making sure that if mistakes are made, they're admitted to and things are fixed. As well as all the things that are necessary for leadership in the county, and we've got a deficit of leadership today, and I feel strongly about stepping up and leading. Really, what sets me apart from my opponent is a multitude of things, but it comes down to, first and foremost, his background, leadership style, and then I would call it integrity or trust. My background, especially when it comes to business, my accounting background, I've grown businesses, I know what it takes to run a business and manage people, and I know how to take care of the accounting side of things. I know what to look for, where to dig. When it comes to leadership, my style couldn't be more different than my opponent. I actually believe in setting a vision, working with people, making sure we can accomplish goals together. We make sure that there's no bullying, no intimidation, that we actually work together to solve problems. And thirdly, when it comes to integrity and trust, with me, I will always tell the truth. I will always tell the story, the full story, whether or not it's desirable or good news or bad. Because if we tell only half the story, which is what we're dealing with today, there's misinformation, people don't understand the whole picture, and we don't solve the problem in front of us. We continue to just drive it on and on and on. So with me, you're getting a straight shooter and making sure that we tell the story all the time, the truth all the time. There's a multitude of things in the county, but the top three in my mind are responsible, transparent government. 2, economic development and job creation. 3, making sure we build strong communities. First, when we deal with responsible, transparent government, again, similar to what's been going on at the airport board, we cannot have things that are done behind the scenes that people would never do if it were fully exposed. We've got to be transparent and make sure that when we're using taxpayer dollars, we respect that and we make sure that we manage those dollars and manage how things are presented to the public. We got to make sure that we are fully exposed in terms of budgets, making sure we have fiscal management that is balanced up front. Government tends to deal with setting up deficit budgets and living off of reserves. We can't do that. We cannot operate in that fashion anymore. We have to make sure also that our operations for economic development, in a situation moving forward, what I will do is eliminate the political position of Deputy Judge Executive, which will save over $100,000 a year. We're going to eliminate some of the benefits that some of the leadership in the county receives, which is cars, pensions, those types of things. The elected officials don't need to be participating in that. As well as what we will do is hire an economic development director to focus on business support, making Kenton County an even better place to do business and make sure it's easy to create jobs, because that is the foundation where we operate all of our financial base for the county. Lastly, one of the things we'll do is build stronger communities. We will deal with the heroin issue. We're going to make sure that we deal with that regionally, but Kenton County takes a leadership role. We'll also evaluate the Kenton County Sheriff and Police Department merger once and for all, do that professionally to see where dollars can be saved and providing even better services moving forward. As well as then dealing with all of our cities, making sure that we, from Covington to Pioneer and everywhere in between, that we deal professionally with the cities to find out what we can do to support each other to make Kenton County an even better place to live and grow a business. Regionalism is a term that gets tossed around oftentimes, but it's very difficult to do it. Because at times we've had a lack of leadership, and that's what takes us to the next level to really make regionalism work. I have, for my entire existence, been reaching out to other cities, other counties, and even other states to see where we can do things together. For example, we need to make sure that before any huge investment which is made in some of these software programs that we buy as counties and cities, before we build the newest building, before we build the next jail, we have to look around us and make sure that we see where we can work cooperatively to save taxpayers' dollars and work more efficiently. I was one of the first fiscal court members to ever reach out to the other counties' commissioners to set up a regular meeting to just communicate what was going on, to see where we could do things to partner. As well as going to Frankfurt. Today there is a huge dearth of relationship between the Northern Kentucky area and Frankfort. I would dare to say it's probably never been worse. That Frankfort today, we have no major project in the upcoming state budget that benefits Kenton County and in our area, in our region. We have to go to Frankfort. We have to do it respectfully. We have to understand what the realities are, but deal with them respectfully, and our state representatives, our state senators, and those who are in Frankfort to find out what is best in the long run to serve our area. We will only do that regionally, and we will have to do that with leadership. Lastly, even with some of the bigger issues like heroin. Heroin is one of the largest issues going on in our community today. 10 years ago, it just affected some. Today, it's almost affecting everyone. And until we stop and look at that regionally and figure out how we're going to fund some of these solutions long term, whether it be residential beds, whether it be proper medical care, we have to step up to the plate to solve these problems. Stronger communities make stronger counties, and stronger counties make stronger regions. And that's a mathematical equation. It has to. It's not up for debate, and it will work long term if we respect that. Well, first and foremost, you're not going to have any judge executive who is presiding over a county that has lawsuits being filed to stop construction projects, the remodeling projects that have been started. You're not going to have state investigations into boards that the county judge appoints members to. You're not going to have a fiscal situation where it is half the truth is shown to our residents. What we're going to do is we're going to see an economy that's on fire. We're going to set the tone for the entire region, the state, and the country. I want to see a point in 4 years where everyone looks at Kenton County and says, wow, how are they doing it? They're doing it because they are not worried about who's getting the credit, but they are supporting businesses, they're supporting residents, they're supporting the needs of those who are paying taxes every day to make sure that we draw in businesses and we draw in residential developments so that we can actually set the tone for what is going on in Frankfort. Long term, what is going to happen, the only way we're going to get more of a fair share of what's going on in Frankfort is to be the true economic engine of the entire state. That's what will raise the flag, which will get the attention to know and be able to have an influence, a stronger influence in what's going on in Frankfort. And additionally, what you're going to see is people who have a representative for Kenton County who they can feel proud of and who they deserve. Somebody who respects them, who treats them with respect all the time, someone who deals with people in a professional, reasonable, cooperative way and doesn't do it with bullying tactics or pressure or intimidation. Those days will be long gone, and most importantly, anything that will be in the past will be in the past. I'm not going to look back to the previous administration and blame them for anything that I possibly can. We're going to take responsibility, we're going to take action, and we're going to make Kenton County better in the long run, and I'm excited and looking forward to doing that.